Hello, everyone. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you're joining from. Welcome. And it's great to be here. I'm Neha. You're usually used to seeing Magda here, but sometimes I will sub in for her. So I'm subbing in for her today. And it's a great day today because we're going to be talking about coaching as a way towards healing and towards transformation. And it is my pleasure to have Shreshtha here today with us. Not only is she an alumni of Kocharya, but she's also a cancer thriver. So when I was writing the description for this LinkedIn Live, and I sent it over to Shreshtha to edit it and tell me if she wanted any corrections, I had written down cancer survivor, and she edited it and made it cancer thriver, and I thought that was really cool and really inspiring. So Shreshtha, over to you. How are you doing today?
Thanks, Neha, for your welcome. And I'm doing great. I'm looking forward to this chat and spread the message of healing and transformation with coaching.
That's awesome. So tell me about this little correction you made from cancer survivor to cancer thriver. That's been your journey.
So, cancer survivor is the normally used nomenclature that we use, but I believe that it all begins with the mindset that we have. And survivor, I treat as a little negative word. Why? Because I did not survive cancer. Cancer is something that really gave me a lot. That was one challenge, my life transforming, life threatening challenge, which converted into a life transforming opportunity. So it was not that I survived cancer, I thrived with it. It made me open so many doors and come out as a winner. So this was a transformation in itself. Cancer was a transformation in itself. And for any survivor, if I feel that I'm surviving, that means I will be fighting. And if I'm fighting against something, that means I can never heal. So for me to heal, I need not fight. I need to embrace what is happening, accept it, acknowledge its presence, and then try to do what I can do the best. So just imagine if your leg you get hurt, you have a wound, and if you want to make it heal, so you do not start fighting against it. That when will you get okay? How can I? What can I do? How can I do away with you? But rather you focus on how to heal it, you soothe it, right? So this is what cancer was for me. This journey was for me on healing, and yes, I thrived cancer. I did not survive it. I did not fight it.
That's wonderful. I love that rephrase of thriver, from survivor to thriver, and it makes a lot of sense, definitely. So walk us through, what it was like when, right, perhaps right from the time you got your diagnosis to what went through your mind when that happened, and what were
I
you.
was, yeah.
Go ahead, go ahead.
Sure. So I was 32 years old when cancer hit me, and for 3 4 months, I almost delayed my diagnosis. And something that could have been diagnosed at maybe stage 0 or 1 actually got detected at stage 3 because I was in that ignorance that I cannot have cancer. And finally, when the reality struck me in those 3 4 days of each and every test telling me that yes, you do have cancer, so that time the reality struck me and I was taken aback that okay, this is there, but what now? And in that moment, there was one specific moment when I decided that I don't know how much time I have, what is the doctor finally going to say. But one decision was made that whatever time I have, I'm going to give it my best. So whether I survive a few weeks, few months, or maybe I have decades to go, I'm going to give my best to each and every day. I don't want to die with any regrets. So this was the life-changing moment cancer introduced me to, and because of that decision, I'm still reaping the benefits of the same. I would say it like that because every day I'm trying to just give my best in whatever sense I can in my personal and professional space. So that's where the journey started, and in that journey lots of things happened. The treatment journey itself was, of course, it was very rigorous and it was challenging, but with every challenge it was testing me, it was making me a better person, it was strengthening me. And parallelly I kind of got to know from someone about coaching. and something specifically about cancer coaching. And I explored what is that because I wanted to try every mode that can help me cure my cancer, whatever works. And I found it interesting. Why? Because I, as a person, believe that every disease that we have is a manifestation of some or other kind of stressor that we are dealing with in our body. Even if it is your high blood pressure or diabetes or migraine, stomach ache, anything that you are dealing with is a manifestation of some or the other kind of stress, which you might be giving as a physical stressor by not having a good lifestyle, lack of sleep, or having a very skewed work life balance, or maybe some mental or emotional stressors, some beliefs that you might be having that you might be zoning yourself into, or your hurt, deep settled anger or guilt. There can be multiple factors which can come in play and manifest as a disease. So I believed in that, and that coaching really appealed to me. Why? Because coaching is a transformation process, is a transformative process. And being an ex-HR professional now, I was an HR professional then, I was already aware of what coaching is, what it does. So that's where my journey started with coaching as a coachee first. And in that process, I discovered my true self. I discovered what has been limiting me, and what is most importantly, what is my true calling. So that is what a great coaching can really help you do. And when you know what you have been sitting on and feeding yourself on, what have been your stressors, the awareness of that itself is healing. And when you get to talk, when you get to vent out, that is what was healing for me. Not that I do not get to talk, and I do have people who listen to me, but when you have a objective, non-judgmental person sitting right in front of you who doesn't know you otherwise and is listening to everything that you are sharing, and they give you a safe space, it becomes a lot more different to then just talking with anyone else that is close to you or that you are close to. So that is what coaching does. With giving me an opportunity to talk, I was healing. And by getting to listen what I was talking about, that was transforming. Because then I could see that, okay, I am saying this. That means this is important to me. I am saying this continuously. That means these are some negative stories, negative scripts I have been telling myself. So that is how coaching really helps you. If the person is giving their entire self to this process, and I'm glad that I did, because it really helped me heal myself and create a success roadmap for myself, and transformation began from there. So if you take, there is 100% effort you are giving to something, but if you are going along with the things that block you, that limit you, you might be able to get only 50% of result in spite of putting 100% effort. But if you are aware of what are the factors that block you, and how you can limit your own self, then those 50% of way will also, not only that will get covered, you will be able to thrive beyond that. So this is what the change that begins after that began for me after coaching. And in that scenario, when I was getting coached for 4 5 months, I decided that I want to be on that side of the table. So, and my coach also encouraged me. So, that is where I have found my calling to be a Sherpa, to be a coach and help others heal and transform, because I discovered that all the potential lies within us and we keep on finding it everywhere else. And when I discovered my potential, I knew that yes, I am a common man, I'm a normal person, and like I could discover, everyone else can also discover, just if they have the right person standing next to them. So that is what my calling was, and I'm glad to answer that it helped me find my calling. So 6 months after that, I left my corporate job of around 10 years and shifted to being a coach full time and a motivational speaker as well, plus a breast cancer activist. Now got certified with Coach Arya to really get into the professional coaching. And yes, now I'm an independent well-being and leadership coach. And every hour that I work with my client is healing and transformative for them, yes. But for me, definitely. For me, it is, because when you see that others are also thriving and able to make better of their challenges, their situations, and they have their breakthrough moment, it somewhere heals you also as a coach. So I'm glad to have put myself in a continuous healing and transformating journey. So this is what coaching and my journey with it has been.
This is just so wonderful to hear, Shrestha. I have had goosebumps as you've been talking, and it's just really inspiring to hear the fact that you went through coaching yourself first, and then you saw the transformative power of it, and then that compelled you to be on the other side of the table. What was that moment like for you? I'm curious to know what was the moment where you were like, I want to do this for other people. Or was it a moment? Was it a series of moments? Walk me through that.
It was actually a series of moments because every time I was discovering something new about myself, or every time my knowledge about myself was getting firmed by coaching, it was like, wow, coaching can help me know that, because I was a person who had spiritual stresses, who was dealing with kind of existential crisis. In the terms, for me, it was important to know that what am I supposed to do? Who am I? And what is my true calling? All these questions really matter to me. And for that kind of person, if coaching was making her aware of these are your answers, so that was my wow moments, that were my aha moments, and I was like that, okay, I have been finding these answers for so long, and this process helped me get it. This is really wonderful. And then I decided that this is how I want to give back. And yes, since then it has been my passion. So there had been a series of moments, yes, where I discovered that what is my calling. It came out not from my coach, it came out from me myself. The coach job was to ask me those questions, to hold the space for me where I can really explore the deep self. So if you have to consider there is a big cylinder, tall cylinder, and there is something lying at the bottom of it. At the base of it, there are a lot of things lying, which are your things, the things about you which you don't know. So they can be your strengths, your development, your limiting beliefs, anything. And there is no light inside. And when you don't see the base when you look inside. So you don't know they exist. But with the presence of a good coach who can hold the space right in a right way, non-judgmentally for you feel courageous, you feel free to really put your hand down and explore it. And if need be, you feel free to really jump into it, take the thing out, because you know when you will come out, there will be a person standing beside you to support you, or if you are falling down, they will be able to catch you out. And suppose if you are discovering something wow, miraculous, they will be there to cherish that with you. So this is the comfort coaching provides. And after having experienced that comfort, I knew that yes, this is a beautiful thing and I want to do that. Plus I think somewhere the strengths also lied, I don't know, because asking question had always been a part of me, but coaching really made me think in different ways, and then the professional training as well. This is one thing that I get complimented for, that you add so many fresh perspective, you ask powerful question, and I myself don't know when people compliment me for that, that from where is it coming. But yes, so I knew that yes, this is the right thing I'm doing because it naturally happens.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. I love that you call them wow moments, aha moments and wow moments. And something that always sticks out to me when people talk about coaching is the fact that it's the coach's job is to just be present and to hold that space and to reflect back to their client or to the individual what is already inside of them. And as you said as well, that those aha moments and wow moments didn't come about from the coach. It was the fact that you were going through it and then you came up with the answers or the questions or the right questions yourself, and then you became aware of what was already there inside you, right? So I'm curious to know, going to the other side, going and becoming a coach, going through coach training. What was that journey like for you? What did you learn during coach training? Um, what were your wow moments during coach training? That's what I would love to know from you next.
During coach training, one of the first wow moment was that there is no end to exploring yourself. So it is a deep well without any bottom. I would put it like that because you will think that yes, you know yourself very well now, but still there will be certain blind spots even then. So while going through this journey of training myself as a coach, see, the idea first is that if you don't understand your own self, how can you help others understand themselves better? If you don't know what action can bring a change, how can you help others to define the right action that can bring change in them? So how can you empathize with anyone until and unless you have been through the same thing? So that is what the entire coach training is also about, to make you go through and reflect on different things from different angles, try out different things for yourself, so that you are able to add the best to the person who is giving you their all when they are hiring you as their coach. So yes, there were lots of movements because I kept on going deeper and deeper, and not only as a coach, even in the peer coaching scenario or with the client, I keep on discovering myself. So this is a continuous learning journey it has put me on, and I'm glad that I chose the right this passion, not the passion, sorry, right profession.
Beautiful. So, something that I noticed also in just the things that I read about you, the profile that I read about you, it says that you're also into like holistic healing and fitness and things like that. Can you talk a little bit about how how it ties into coaching, or how coaching ties into fitness, and
Sure.
what has that journey been like for you to combine the two?
So for me, holistic well-being means it's health is not just our physical health. That what is our weight and are we free of all the diseases or not. There are a lot many aspects that comprise the health. One is your physical health that we all know about, and then there is your mental health. That is, are you a victim of any limiting beliefs? Because we don't get to know that limiting beliefs might really be limiting us because we don't see them. And until and unless we see a road block, until and unless we see a speed breaker, we do not acknowledge its presence. But then mental health suffers because of certain areas that we have ourselves caged into. Then the emotional health. So we keep on having those deep settled emotions within us at times. We keep on having certain kind of fears. We have our own saboteurs. Let's put us like that. We have our own saboteurs that keep on acting on us about our own fears, about our own apprehension that this might happen, that might happen. And this gives rise to hurt, guilt, anger, jealousy, and a lot more. So, because of these, also our well being suffers. Then your mental, physical, emotional, then there's your relational as well. So, you might be very successful professionally, you might be absolutely fit, you might be absolutely disease free, but you might have really screwed up relationships, right?
Hmm.
So if you're not, and the research has proved that the true reason of longevity the people have is the quality of their relationship. The true reason of happiness is the quality of our relationship. So if our relationships are not good enough, then our entire health somewhere or the other goes for a toss. So if any of the pillars of your physical, mental, emotional, relational, and also spiritual health, they are missing, then you definitely need to have an alarm point and you need to check it out. So this is what holistic well-being means. Talking about the last one, the spiritual pillar, it is like I already explained, it was about the existence. What is my purpose? What is my calling? Because if your profession and what you do, what you say on a daily basis is not aligned with what you really want for yourself, then somewhere or the other is keep pulling you down. We don't realize it, but somewhere down the line everyone asks this question that what is that I want, आगे करना क्या है? So short term, long term, sometimes people don't know what to do. And believe me, if you know that what I want to do, it really pulls you, it energizes you to First of all, it gives you direction, it gives you focus, it gives you more productivity, because you know that you are not spending your time on the mundane activities. You are really living your passion on a daily basis. And when that comes, each and every cell, I believe, of your body gets activated to help you get that result. So this is what the power of your spiritual well-being is. So yes, your health is the entire ecosystem, and if any one pillar is coming down, you need to give attention to it. And by the way, if any of your pillar is going down, your other pillars are self sufficient to help you pick it up. So you do not need to really go anywhere out. Your body has been designed in such a way, this entire human being is designed in such a way that it is self sufficient, it can heal its own self. Only thing needed from you is that you embrace that fact that yes, and you believe that yes, it can heal its own self. Then it works. And I know that this is how I have also kind of worked with my cancer. I believe that yes, my body has power to take care of itself, to heal itself. And that is what I have seen when on the very bad days, in spite of chemos, in spite of my radiation, even after bad days, I was able to pick up, because I believe that yes, my body is self sufficient. And when I believe, my body showed that yes, I can do it for you. So trust this process of universe, it works.
Wonderful. Yeah, I mean, nothing to shake one up like the prospect of their own mortality, right? Like, nothing will make you question everything and bring up all the stuff that is inside you than facing your own mortality. And so many people have been through that recently as well with what's going on in the world. And I think it's just wonderful that people get to hear you talk about it in such a beautiful, positive, transformative, healing way. Um, so, Shreshtha, I think we can wrap it up here. This has been just so lovely to hear from you. I think I'll probably be watching this again and again, particularly in times of trouble. So I will personally thank you for being here and for showing up in your full authentic self and sharing your story with all of us. Do you have maybe any message for our audience, for coaches, for potential coaches, for coaches under training that you would like to share before we close out?
Maybe only one thing, if I have to put a one liner, that all the answers lie within us. Instead of searching for our answers outside, try to take time out to really look within. And there are different tools. If I can share maybe one of the very powerful tool with you to look within is journaling. Writing itself is very healing. And if you journal, when you journal, you will not realize that what you have written. And once you read it, you will be sometimes surprised, okay, this is what was inside me. So it is healing on that sort as well. So take up to journaling if you have not really taken it up. If not in your good, but definitely in your bad, on your bad days, in your bad time, journal can be your best friend. So this is one of the tools which can help you find your own answer. So maybe that's my end message.
That's lovely. And it's a great reminder for me as well. I have been slacking a little bit on my journaling lately. So I think it's time to pull it out and and start scribbling away again.
For sure.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Shrestha, for your time, for being here. Uh, we really appreciate you.
Thanks, Neha. It was wonderful connecting on this platform and talk about the healing aspects of coaching. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, everyone. Have a beautiful day, evening, night, wherever you are, whenever you're watching this. Take care.